Hello, I'm Ashley with Cool Kids Knits, and today I'm going to show you how and why you will want to unwind your beautiful skeins when you get your kit with Sierra Yarns. Yarn can come in a few different forms. When you go to a yarn shop, most of the yarn will be displayed as a skein like this. With skeins, they're compact, clean, untangled, and it's a great way for yarn shops to display the color and texture. When you receive your skeins, you will absolutely want to unwind it. I know it's tempting to just start knitting right away, but I promise you, you will absolutely want to unwind it. Otherwise, you are risking a ton of tangles, a mess of yarn. It will be an absolute headache. So I promise you, you will want to unwind it, and I will show you how. There's a few different ways to untangle your skein, and I'll show you two. The first way, all you need is your hands and patience. You don't need any tools at all. The second way I will show you is with this winder here, and these are pretty affordable. I think I got mine on Amazon for $10 or $20. Using a winder helps with time and energy. It's a lot easier. However, you don't need them. There is another way with a swifter and a winder. I do not have a swifter, but some people like to unwind their skeins with those things, and that's the easiest way to do it if you have both of those tools. Okay, so here's the first technique. Like I said, all you're gonna need is your hands. So very carefully, you're just gonna see where it connects and unwind it like that. When it's open, you're going to look for the little piece that ties it all together, which is right here. So I'm going to spread it evenly open from where this ties at. Now we have a nice little circle. You're going to want scissors, and very carefully you're going to cut the string that attaches it together. It's right here where the knot is. Right there. Okay, so to do this method, like I had mentioned, you're just going to need a lot of patience because sometimes it can get a little frustrating. The string likes to go everywhere. All right, and you see that you have both ends right here. So now what we are going to do is slowly start to wrap it around our forefingers, like this. And do your best to keep it nice and neat in your hand. And this is essentially all you're doing to unwind with just your hands. Now, the reason why it requires a lot of patience is because sometimes the pieces like this, they'll start to come out like that, or especially when it starts to get smaller, you'll notice that pieces start to kind of get out of their circle just like this. So in order to avoid the tangles, try your best to keep the circle open. And you'll kind of see where the yarn starts to twist a little bit. So just try your best to keep the circle open and the yarn where it's supposed to go. You kind of have to follow, you're going to have to follow the string a lot in this way. So we're getting towards the end of the skein here, and you can kind of see why it's important to unwind your skein, because it can just become a mess very quickly if you don't. It can be really frustrating. So I highly, highly recommend unwinding with whatever method you prefer. This method is more time consuming. I'm thinking it's taking me about 10 minutes. The other downside with this method is, although you end up with a ball, it's still kind of a messy ball because you're doing it with your hands instead of an unwinder. So personally, I recommend just getting an unwinder, especially if this is a hobby that you're going to want to keep up with. There we go. So that is the first method, and you end up with a nice ball like this. Okay, so for the demonstration with the winder, we're in the kitchen because I need a lip for this. And don't mind the bats, it's Halloween time here. So because I don't have a winder, I'm going to use my chair as the winder. So you're gonna need something that you can put your yarn through, and I'll show you how I do that. And I'm going to attach this to the lip of my kitchen ledge right here, and I'm gonna make sure that this is facing outward so I can turn. And then I'm going to find where it connects like that, unwind it. Again, we're going to find the string that connects it, which is right here, like that. Okay, now I'm going to take one of the ends. I'm going to hold this one and put the rest over my chair, just like that. So, okay, real quick, I know it's super janky, but I just wanted to show that I'm wrapping it around my chair like this, and then I'm going to take my end. I'm going to place it in between this little groove, like that, and take the working yarn and wrap it around this part. It makes it easier to wind it this way. Okay, so I found what's most comfortable for me right now. My yarn is draped around the chair, and now I can just start to wind it. Sometimes it takes a little trial and error to find what's most comfortable for you. Some people don't use a chair, some people use their legs to drape the yarn over their legs and wind it like this, and some people don't use a winder at all. So a lot of it is preference and whatever is most comfortable for you. So here we are with the cake, as it's commonly called, and the ball that I got. So whichever way works for you, I hope this video was helpful and I hope you enjoy knitting.